Welcome to Peaceful Bible Narrations, where we share the lives of remarkable men and women of the Bible whose faith continues to inspire us today. In this character spotlight, we look at Daniel, a man whose courage, integrity, and unshakable faith shone brightly even under intense pressure. Long before Daniel ever saw the inside of a lion's den, he was just a young man taken from his home in Jerusalem. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon had conquered the land and carried many Israelites away as captives. Among them was Daniel, gifted, wise, and devoted to God. Even in a foreign land, far from everything familiar, Daniel remained faithful. He was chosen to serve in the king's palace, to be trained in language, culture, and leadership. But Daniel made a quiet decision that would define his entire life. He resolved that nothing would come between him and his devotion to God. From the food he ate, to the prayers he prayed, to the choices he made, Daniel lived with integrity. And God honored him. Daniel became known for his wisdom, his honesty, and his ability to interpret dreams. He served under multiple kings, each recognizing that there was something extraordinary about him. Not power, not ambition, but a calm strength that came from his faith. As years passed, Daniel rose to become one of the highest officials in the kingdom. But with honor also came jealousy. A group of officials began to scheme against him. They searched for flaws, something they could use to accuse him. But they found none, because Daniel was consistent, moral, and trustworthy. Finally, they realized the only way to trap Daniel is to make a law that forces him to choose between obedience to the king and obedience to his God. So, they convinced King Darius to sign a decree. For 30 days, no one could pray to anyone except the king. Anyone who disobeyed would be thrown into a den of lions. For many, the threat would have been enough to stop praying, but not Daniel. When he heard the law had been signed, he did not hide, he did not whisper, he did not compromise. Daniel simply went to his room, opened the windows facing Jerusalem, and prayed, just as he had always done. Not out of rebellion, but out of faith. When the officials saw him praying, they rushed to report him to the king. King Darius was devastated. He respected Daniel deeply, but the law could not be undone. And so Daniel was led into the den of lions. The king whispered, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A stone was rolled over the entrance, and Daniel spent the night among powerful, hungry lions. But he was not alone. God sent an angel to shut their mouths. At dawn, King Darius ran to the den and called out anxiously, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God delivered you?" And from the darkness came Daniel's calm voice, "My God sent his angel, and they have not harmed me." Daniel was lifted from the den without a single scratch. The king rejoiced and declared that the God of Daniel is the living, eternal God, whose kingdom will never end. The lesson. Daniel's story is not just about surviving lions. It's about standing firm under pressure. His faith was not loud, not dramatic, not boastful. It was steady, consistent, and unwavering. He prayed when it was easy. He prayed when it was dangerous. He prayed because he trusted God. Daniel shows us that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to remain faithful despite fear. No matter the pressure around you, no matter the voices urging you to compromise, no matter the lions you face in life, God is able to shut every mouth and rescue those who trust in Him. Thank you for listening to this character spotlight on Daniel, a man of faith under pressure. If this story encouraged you, please like, share, and subscribe to Peaceful Bible Narrations for more inspiring stories from God's Word. May God grant you the courage of Daniel, the peace of His presence, and the strength to remain faithful wherever life leads.